All right, today is April 28th, Monday. This is period 4, pre-calculus. Everybody in this room has been informed that they are being recorded. Everybody has a chance to object to that now. Go ahead.
I don't want to
I do.
All right, here we go. All right, so this is the cosine. We're going to start today with being able to graph the cosine from scratch, rough sketches with minimal precision, just like the sine, okay? Now take a look at what the cosine looks like. It has the exact same shape as sine, all right? However, the maximums, minimums, and zeros are at different places, okay? So where are the zeros? Pi over 2, what's this one? Halfway between pi and 2 pi. 3 pi over 2. And then this one is going, so pi over 2, 3 pi over 2, what's next? 5 pi over 2. 7 pi over 2. No, you guys can talk to me.
9 pi over 2.
9 pi over 2. To the left. To the left, I've got negative pi over 2, negative 3 pi over 2, negative 5 pi over 2, negative 7 pi over 2, negative 9 pi over 2. Where are all of the maximums?
At the top.
0. The next maximum is that?
1.
2 pi. The next maximum is that? 4 pi. And on the left, I've got negative 2 pi, negative 4 pi. Where are all of the minimums? Let's do this in purple. Purple are minimums. I've got a minimum at negative 5 pi, negative 3 pi, negative pi, pi, 3 pi, 4 pi. Okay? Now,
You mean 5 pi?
that's what I meant. Let's graph this. We're going to graph from negative 4 pi to positive 4 pi from scratch right now. And if you have to do this on a test, you can, don't freak out. You can use your trig card to kind of give you some hints as to where the first maximum is, where the first 0 is. All right, so I'm going to label my graph from negative 4 pi to positive 4 pi. So halfway between 0 and 4 pi is 2 pi. Halfway between 0 and 2 pi is pi. Halfway between 2 pi and 4 pi is 3 pi. And then again, all of the intervals between those are odd multiples of pi over 2. 3 pi over 2. 5 pi over 2, 7 pi over 2, and then the reflection of that. What's the maximum that cosine can be? 1. What's the minimum that cosine can be?
Negative
1. Negative.
Yes.
So the zeros are at all of the odd multiples of pi over 2, right? So I've got 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Oh, that one's wrong. Pi over 2. 3 pi over 2, 5 pi over 2, 7 pi over 2. The maximums occur at 0 and then a minimum or a maximum every pi. So the next minimum is going to be at pi and then a maximum at 2 pi. A minimum at 3 pi, and a maximum at 4 pi. All right, so here I've got a maximum at 0, so I'm going to go in the negative direction. I've got a minimum at negative pi, maximum at 2 pi, minimum at negative 3 pi, maximum at 4 pi. And then we just use the sinusoidal curve shape to connect the points. That's it.
Are you serious?
Okay, this is what one cycle of cosine looks like. Okay, so over here is 0, and over here is 2 pi. All right, please sketch one cycle of the cosine. The period of cosine is 2 pi. It's the same as sine, it's just shifted over. Okay, do you guys think you can answer for me this time? We already did sine together. And we talked about what the domain and range were. So, do you think that you can tell me the domain of cosine? Because it's very similar to sine. All real numbers, very nice. The domain is all real numbers. There's no place on the x-axis that this graph does not touch. It continues from negative infinity to positive infinity. What's the range?
All real numbers between 1 and negative 1.
Very nice. All real numbers between negative 1 and positive 1, which can be written as an inequality, or it can be written in interval notation. Graph the function on the given interval. Write this down, let's do it together.
It's not even funny because if you ask anybody if they know this song, they know the lyrics.
Oh, I should pause this while you're writing this. What? I'm going to graph my axes. Now, again, the interval over which I'm being asked to graph is all positive. So I can put my y-axis all the way on the left. Okay? 7 pi over 2 is my right end. 7 divided by 2 is 3.
Watch your language.
So it's a little bit bigger than 3 pi.
Oh my god.
So in between 0 and 3 pi, I've got 1 pi, and I've got 2 pi. And then I've got my odd multiples of pi over 2 in between. So pi over 2, 3 pi over 2, 5 pi over 2,
Jay-Z, Beyonce, or
and then 7 pi over 2. Where are the zeros of cosine?
your virtue.
Why did I write this?
I told you, but you didn't want to listen to me.
You could have told me.
I know, I told you, and you didn't.
Okay. So at all of the odd multiples of pi over 2 are the zeros.
Okay, see, this did I say? I know she does.
Where is my first maximum? Oh, hold on. I'm only graphing this between pi and 7 pi over 2. So let's get rid of this one. Because otherwise the teacher, when she grades this, is going to think that you don't know that that's not an interval.
I already tweeted that like 3 days.
Shh. Pretend like you care, please.
I care.
At pi, now you can use your treat card to help you with this if you don't remember. At pi, what is the cosine of pi? You can either look at the graph from that we already did together or look at your treat card. It's -1. So we've got a minimum at pi, a maximum at 2 pi, a minimum at 3 pi,